This conference will now be recorded.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وأشرقت الأرض بنور ربها 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 علی اللہ اکبر 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 حسبنا اللہ ونعم الوکیل ونعم المولا ونعم النصير 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 Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil wa ni'mal maula wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil wa ni'mal maula wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil wa ni'mal maula wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil wa ni'mal maula wa ni'mal nasir. Ya Ali Madad, Aziz sir, shukr, alhamdulillah, shukr. Ya Ali Madad sir.
याली मदद याली मदद बहुत खूब सुभान अल्लाह बहुत नवाजिश तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद. Thank you for joining us this morning. Inshallah, we will start with a new Baitul Khair Farman from the Montreal on same day as we were reading last week, but a new Farman. I believe they had two different mulaqat, so this is from the second mulaqat for the Baitul Khayal. Inshallah. Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Sani Hazir Imam Ya Maulay Mehrban Madad Farma Ya Maulay Mehrban Madad Farma Alayil Qayyum Wali Allah Madad Farma Alayil Qayyum Wali Allah Alayil Qayyum Ali Allah Madad Farma. Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Sani Hazir Imam Tawfiq Tahid Himmat wa Yari Maula Tawfiq Tahid Himmat wa Yari Maula Ya Maulay Mehrban Madad Maula Madad Ya Maula अपने नूर से हम गरीबों की हिदायत फरमा मौला या मौलाए मेहरबान हमारे करीब आजा मौला हमारे और करीब आजा मौला अपना मुबारक हाथ हम गरीबों पर रख मौला और अपने नूर की रोशनी से मौला हमारी दोरवानी फरमा मौला या मौलाए मेहरबान रहम कर करम कर फजल कर मौला. तमाम साथियों को एक बार फिर या अली मदद and thank you for joining us. Farman Mubarak of Maulana Hazir Imam Baitul Khayal Mulaqat Montreal, Canada, November 21st, 2017. Please recite the Holy Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. My beloved spiritual children, first of all, I say to each and every one of you, Mubarak, congratulations. I am so happy that you are here for promotion in this important matter. Imam calling this matter the matter of ibadat, matter of self-elevation, in the matter that we have voluntarily come in and where we are saying to the Imam al-Zaman that Ya Mola, not only I have been practicing my ibadat, but I need little extra push. As it has been taught before, that there are three kinds of Jamaat. People would be present at the time of promotion Isme Azam is given. The first one, for whatever reason, they had forgotten their bowl. So they can come in and they can request for a bowl as they had forgotten their first one. Second type would be those who would say that Isme Azam which has been given to me for whatever reason, regardless, is not working. Or I'm feeling that it's not working for me. And Mola will graciously give another Isme Azam. And then there would be third type of Jamaat. They would say, Ya Mola, the Isme Azam which you had given to me, I believe that I have successfully finished and have been completed. I would like extraordinary push. I need another or additional Isme Azam, as I would like to continue to move forward. At the end, if you still have a question regarding these three types, do ask, and inshallah, with Imam's help and mercy, we will be able to explain. तो यहाँ पर जब मौला फरमाते हैं कि जो जमात यहाँ पर आई है आज प्रमोशन के लिए, उसको देखकर मुझे बहुत ही ज्यादा खुशी होती है, क्योंकि ये काम, ये कार्य बुजुर्ग बैतुल ख्याल इसमें आजम का काम बहुत ही जरूरी है। और जब जमात इमाम से दरखास्त करती है कि या मौला, हम अपनी रूह की बुलंदी चाहते हैं और हमें आप एक इसमें आजम इनायत फरमाए, और इस इसमें आजम की सेरेमनी में जो प्रमोशन कहलाती है, उसमें 3 किस्म के लोग होते हैं जो आप पहले से ही जानते हैं, लेकिन हमारे उन दोस्तों के लिए कि जो पहली मर्तबा इस सेशन के अंदर आए हैं या उस सेशन को नहीं सुना जहां पर ये बात हुई थी। 3 किस्म की जमात होती है इस सेरेमनी के अंदर। एक वो होते हैं जो कहते हैं कि हम किसी वजह से अपने इसमें आजम को भूल गए हैं, तो या मौला हमें एक और इसमें आजम इनायत फरमा दीजिए। और मौला बहुत ही रहमत से खुशी खुशी से हमें एक और इसमें आजम इनायत कर देते हैं। दूसरी किस्म के जो जमात होती है, लोग होते हैं इस मौके पर, वो होते हैं जो कहते हैं कि किसी वजह से हमारा इसमें आजम हमारे लिए काम नहीं कर रहा, या हम इस तरह से समझते हैं कि इसमें आजम ہمارے لیے کام نہیں کر رہا. تو مولا پھر بھی دوبارہ سے اور بہت ہی خوشی کے ساتھ ایک اور اسم اعظم کی عنایت فرما دیتے ہیں. پھر تیسرے قسم کے لوگ ہوتے ہیں جو یہ کہتے ہوئے آتے ہیں کہ ہم نے اپنے اسم اعظم کو پورا اور مکمل کر لیا ہے اور ہمیں ایک اور اسم اعظم عنایت کر دیجئے تاکہ ہم اور آگے بڑھ سکیں. ان تینوں میں سے جو بھی وجہ ہے مولا بہت ہی خوشی کے ساتھ اسم اعظم دعا آشیش اور اپنے نور کے ساتھ عنایت کر دیتے ہیں. اور یہ مولا کی ایک بہت بڑی نوازش ہے مومنوں پر. جیسا کہ آپ جانتے ہیں کہ اسم اعظم کا تعلق اور ڈائریکٹ کنیکشن اسم ذات یعنی کہ امام زمان کے ساتھ ہے. یعنی کہ وہی ایک حقدار امام برحق ہے جو یہ اسم اعظم عنایت کر سکتا ہے، یعنی کہ وہ اس کا مالک ہے. Regardless of which one we fall into, Imam pleasantly and happily gives Ism Azam. As you know, he is the living Ism Azam and only one has the right and power over this ceremony. He is the one who gives Ism Azam when he is ready and he wish to give to the Jamaat. And we are fortunate that we have living Imam Zaman, a living Ism Azam from whom we receive an Ism Azam. And this Kare Buzruk, the great important matter, is for the matter of the soul, not the physical body. It is a matter of great joy, Mola says, for me that you are here, that you are in front of me, and that you wish to move up. The Imam pointed upward with both his fingers in the spiritual world. In this paragraph, again, it shows it's the matter of the soul and spirit, not the matter of the physical or material world. امام اپنی دونوں انگلیوں کو اوپر اٹھا کر فرماتے ہیں کہ مجھے بہت خوشی ہوئی آپ تمام کو دیکھتے ہوئے کہ آپ اوپر جانے کی خواہش کرتے ہیں کیونکہ یہ روح کا معاملہ ہے جسم کا نہیں. مولا آگے فرماتے ہیں It is very important that I repeat to my spiritual children a matter which I want you to understand. You are accustomed in your life to look at success and to look at failure. And you are aware of failure. You sense failure when things go wrong. مولا دوبارہ سے یاد دلاتے ہیں کہ میں آپ کو ایک بات جو بہت ہی ضروری ہے وہ یاد دلانا چاہتا ہوں کہ انسان یا آپ اپنی زندگی میں ہر چیز کو سکسیسفل یا فیلئر، کامیاب یا ناکامی کے طور پر دیکھتے ہیں، اور جب بھی کوئی چیز غلط ہو جاتی ہے तो हम उसको नाकामी की तरह गिनते हैं। आप समझ गए कि यहाँ पर इसलिए मौला ये फरमा रहे हैं कि वो जमाती मेंबर जो ये सोचकर आए थे कि मेरा इसमें आजम मेरे लिए काम नहीं कर रहा, तो मौला फरमाते हैं ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि इबादत के अंदर, इसमें आजम के अंदर कोई भी फेलियर नहीं है, सिर्फ कामयाबी ही कामयाबी है। So let me here repeat for our English speaking friends. Mullah again reminds the Jamaat that as a human nature, as we see everything as success or as failure, when in the ibadat there is no such thing as failure. So here Imam is speaking to those 1/3 of the group which have come by saying that our Ismi Azam have not worked for us and I have failed. Going for second Ismi Azam, third Ismi Azam is not a bad thing, but thinking that my Ismi Azam did not work, so I will get another Ismi Azam, that thought, the feeling of failure, Imam is reminding us that there is no such thing as failure. Matter of fact, just sitting in ibadat itself is a success. So go once, go twice, go thrice, as many times as you feel like, and whenever Imam comes, go. Have his blessing. Get his khalavadan. So you may be successful and more successful and even more successful, but not with a sense of failure, but sense of blessing. That's important part that Imam is teaching us, guiding us here. आगे पढ़ते हैं. But it is essential that you should know that in this matter there is no failure. ये बात जरूरी है कि आप समझें कि इबादत के अंदर कोई भी फेलियर, नाकामी की बात नहीं है. There is no failure, and therefore if you are uncertain about having success in finding the light, don't worry, because there is no such thing as failure. If you sit in fear of failure, you close the door. So you can see here that Imam again is saying, and this has been said in every single Betul Kyal Farman, that there is no such thing, that there is a failure. There is no such thing. If you are uncertain about having success in finding the light, don't worry. Isme Azam is working for you. You may not know, but it's working for you. It's purifying you. It's bringing you closer to the Nur of Imam. Just sit in the peace and happiness. Don't worry about it. मौला दोबारा से फरमाते हैं कि इबादत में कोई भी नाकामी जैसी चीज नहीं है. अगर आप सोचते हैं कि मैं नाकाम हो गया, तो ऐसा नहीं है. आप उस बात की बिल्कुल फिक्र मत करें कि आप कामयाब हैं या नाकाम हैं, क्योंकि ये दुनिया के अंदर, धंधे के अंदर होता है कि हम कामयाब हैं कि नाकाम हैं. इबादत के अंदर ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं है. वहां पर सिर्फ कामयाबी कामयाबी और कामयाबी है. There is nothing but success, success, success in ibadat, because you and your niyat is to come closer to the nur. Imam accepts that niyat. Even if you are feeling uncertain about having success in finding the light, don't worry. Don't worry, because there is no such thing as failure. If you sit in fear of failure, अगर आप फेल हो जाने के डर से इबादत में बैठेंगे, मौला says, you close the door instead of opening the door. अगर आप ऐसा करेंगे, आप अपने आप का दरवाजा कामयाबी की तरफ का बंद कर देंगे. With both hands, Imam made a movement of door flapping close and open. If you are sitting with that understanding or notion or concern, will I be successful? Would I fail? You yourself is closing door to the success on yourself. Because ibadat cannot be done with fear of failure. Matter of fact, ibadat should be ibadat of happiness, of peace, of calmness. इबादत के अंदर डर के साथ नहीं बैठना चाहिए कि मैं कामयाब होऊंगा कि नहीं होऊंगा. जब हम ऐसा करते हैं तो हम अपने आप पर कामयाबी का दरवाजा बंद कर देते हैं. जबकि इबादत एक खुशी की चीज है, एक अमन की चीज है. इबादत से हमारे दिलों के अंदर एक रूहानी खुशी आती है. लेकिन जब हम डर डर के बैठते हैं तो वो खुशी हमें महसूस नहीं होती है. Mullah further said, so I said to my spiritual children, if you have been successful, I am immensely happy. If you have not yet been successful, don't worry. You notice Imam is talking to two different groups. One who has been successful, sitting there. One who has not been successful, still sitting there. And there is third kind who have forgotten their ball. Mullah is speaking back and forward with two different groups. So I said to my spiritual children, if you have been successful, I am immensely happy. If you have not been successful, don't worry. But don't fear failure, because there is no failure. If you sit, that is already a blessing. अगर आप यहाँ पर कामयाबी के साथ आए हैं तो मौला फरमाते हैं कि मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. लेकिन अगर आप आए हैं कि मैं नहीं कामयाब हुआ हूँ तो आप कोई फिक्र मत करें, क्योंकि इसमें कोई नाकामी जैसी बात नहीं है, बल्कि इबादत में बैठना ही एक ब्लेसिंग है, बरकत का बाइस बनती है. मीनिंग कि हम बैठते ही उसके अंदर कामयाब हो जाते हैं. वो बैठना ही हमारी कामयाबी है, इंशाल्लाह. So I want my spiritual children to know that you may say that I have sat and I have not found the light that I have expected, that I have been looking for. Keep in mind, first of all, that if you have not found it, it is not failure. It is not failure in this matter. It is not like commanding your body to do certain things, to pick up a glass of water or whatever it be. ہم یہ نہیں کہہ سکتے ہیں کہ میں بیٹھا اور مجھے جو ہے چونکہ میں عبادت کرتا ہوں تو نور ملنا ہی چاہیے، یہ آپ نہیں کہہ سکتے ہیں، کیونکہ یہ کوئی بزنس نہیں ہے کہ میں نے دھندا کیا تو مجھے فائدہ ہونا چاہیے۔ مولا فرماتے ہیں کہ آپ اس کو اس طرح سے نہ تولیں، کیونکہ یہ آپ کے ہاتھ میں نہیں ہے کہ آپ نے کہا، حکم فرمایا کہ میں عبادت کرتا ہوں تو نور مجھے ملنا چاہیے اور نور مل جائے گا، ایسا نہیں ہے۔ ایسا نہیں ہے کہ آپ نے ہاتھ بڑھایا اور پانی کا گلاس لے کر پی لیا، ایسا بھی نہیں ہے۔ With that, Mullah says, it's not like commanding your body to do certain things, to pick up a glass of water or whatever it be, or eat biryani. The Imam pointed upward with his finger. But joking apart, there is no failure. You see, if you fear failure, then that will close the door. That will close the door. مولا فرماتے ہیں کہ ایسا نہیں کہ آپ نے پانی کا گلاس اٹھا کر پی لیا یا بریانی کھا لی، تھوڑا جوکنگلی مولا فرماتے ہیں۔ مولا فرماتے ہیں کہ جوک کو ایک سائڈ پر چھوڑتے ہیں، میں آپ کو فرماتا ہوں کہ اس میں کوئی بھی ناکامیابی جیسی بات نہیں ہے۔ اگر آپ اس کو ناکامی کی طرح دیکھیں گے تو آپ خود ہی اپنا راستہ، اپنا دروازہ کامیابی کی طرف، نور کی طرف سے بند کر دیں گے۔ So when you sit, just sit in peace, sit in happiness, as just sitting in ibadat itself is a great benefit, great reason for happiness, great reason for peace and success. انشاءاللہ اگر ہم عبادت بیٹھیں گے تو ہمیں امام کی برکات نصیب ہوگی۔ So when you sit, don't fear failure, and if you are concerned about that, please remember the Farman I'm giving you tonight. اگر آپ عبادت میں بیٹھے ہیں تو کسی بھی فکر اور ڈر کے بغیر بیٹھے ہیں، اور اگر آپ کو ایسا محسوس ہوتا ہے تو مولا فرماتے ہیں میرا یہ فرمان یاد رکھنا، میرا یہ فرمان یاد رکھنا۔ Remember the farman I'm giving you tonight. If you ever feel that way, just remember this farman, Mola says. There is no failure. There is no failure. You know, here, I wonder, what was the concentration of that Jamaat sitting at that place? Was there many more Jamaat which have come with this understanding that my Isme Azam is not working, so I want another Isme Azam? If that is the case, and that shows with this Farman, how many times Imam has repeated that Imam is reading the heart of the Mu'mineen, and Imam's listening to the hearts of the Mu'mineen, and the hearts of the Mu'mineen saying to the Imam Zaman, I have failed, I have failed, I have failed. And Imam is saying, my spiritual children, like a loving mother, بیٹا میری بیٹی آپ فکر نہ کریں، عبادت میں ناکامیابی جیسی کوئی چیز نہیں ہے۔ مجھے یہ فرمان پڑھتے ہوئے حیرت ہوتی ہے اور سوال پیدا ہوتا ہے کہ کتنے لوگ اس موقع پر بیٹھے ہوئے تھے جس کے دل سے یہ آواز آتی تھی، جس کے دلوں کو مولا پڑھتے تھے और ये कहते हुए पढ़ते थे कि या मौला हम अपने इसमें आजम में नाकाम हो गए हैं। आपने देखा कि मौला ने कितनी मर्तबा इसको रिपीट किया। उससे पता चलता है कि वहां पर कितने लोग बैठे हुए थे जो इस सोच के साथ आए थे। और मौला फरमाते हैं आप फिक्र मत करें, नाकामी जैसी कोई चीज ही नहीं है, आप आराम से बैठे, आराम से बैठे। This Farman making me wonder what was the percentage of the Jamaat present that have come with this thought that Imam is listening and Imam is reading their heart, and their heart is calling out, Ya Mola, I have failed. And Mola is repeating, 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 and repeating. There is no failure. There is no failure. So be patient. Keep your heart open. Your soul, keep it open. Be humble. Just be humble. When you sit, one thing we need to remember, if we are sitting in ibadat with discipline, meaning every single day, on time, there is no failure. You are fulfilling your promise to the Imam that Ya Mullah, if you give us this Azam, I will wake up every day and I will sit in ibadat every day. That's all you have to do. You do not need to worry about anything. अगर आपने इसमें आज़म लेकर अपना वादा निभाया, यानी कि रोजाना सुबह को डिसिप्लिन के साथ, वक्त के साथ इबादत में शामिल हुए, तो ये मुमकिन ही नहीं कि आप नाकाम हो गए, क्योंकि इबादत में बैठना अज खुद एक कामयाबी की निशानी है। तो मौला फरमाते हैं कि आप आराम से आकर बैठे और अपने दिल को खोल कर बैठे। एंड डू नॉट फेयर फेलियर, आप नाकामी की फिक्र ना करें। टेक दैट नोशन अवे फ्रॉम योर माइंड, थ्रो इट अवे। You see, Imam is reading your mind and your heart. Imam says, take it away from your heart and your mind and throw it away. You know, Imam can read and he can listen to your heart, right? And Imam is directly speaking to you. The Imam shook his hand in a dismissive manner. Throw it away and get rid of it. All right? मौला नहीं चाहते हैं कि हम इस तरह से नाकामी की उम्मीद लेके वहां पर बैठे। तो मौला फरमाते हैं कि आप उसको भूल जाएं, आप उसको छोड़ दें और सिर्फ आकर बैठें बस। All of you are used to looking at things with success and failure. There is no failure. Just the fact of sitting and searching in is already success, because you have willed yourself to do it. Subhanallah. चूंकि आपने इसकी नियत की है, because you have intent to sit in ibadat, then you are already successful. There is no such thing as failure. There is no such thing. Now we are into the 5th paragraph, and every single paragraph talks about this. Have you ever thought, when you're reading this Farman, whom Imam is speaking to? My dear brother, sister present on this line, please remember, in Ibadat there is no failure. It is not possible for you to fail, but there is all the chances of being successful. If you are fulfilling your promise to the Imam and you are doing two things every day with discipline, coming to the ibadat, then you are successful. Again, Mola repeating in this 6th paragraph. So I am saying to my spiritual children, don't think of failure. Don't think of failure. If you are uncertain, continue the search. But I don't think that there is uncertainty in this room. I think each one of you knows when you have touched that light. And I give you special blessing, special blessings for success. Khanavadan, Khanavadan, Khanavadan. Now Mola is addressing those who may think that maybe I was touched by something. I was touched by that light, but I'm not certain. Mullah says, don't be uncertain. If you are touched by the light, you will know it. You will know it. क्योंकि उसके अंदर ऐसी एक खुशी होगी जो आपको महसूस होगी. Here I can tell you, and if you are paying attention, there are nights, there will be times when you will get up from the ibadat with immense happiness. Ask yourself a question. Why today I feel so happy? Why today I feel so peaceful? Why today is different than yesterday? If you have felt that, then you need to be certain that it was the light of the Imam that had touched your heart. Therefore, your soul is happy and peaceful. यहाँ पर ये बात समझाता चले कि अगर आप कभी इबादत में बैठे हैं और आप खड़े होते हुए खुशी महसूस कर रहे हैं, अमन महसूस कर रहे हैं अपने दिल में, तो आप समझ लेना कि यहाँ पर इमाम के नूर ने आपके दिल और दिमाग को छुआ है. चाहे वो आपको नजर नहीं आया है, लेकिन नूर ने जरूर आपके दिल को, आपके दिमाग को छुआ है. इसी वजह से आपके दिल में खुशी महसूस हुई है और आप एक अमन के साथ, पीस के साथ, हैप्पीनेस के साथ इस इबादत से खड़े होते हैं आज पिछली कल के मुकाबले में. And Mullah says, my special blessings for success, Khanavadan. Now, Mullah is going further into the Farman. Now you are all here for promotion, and you, Imam looked at for the missionary and they pointed to him. He will give you the next bowl. I'm pointing to him so you will recognize him. All right? Don't let him out of the room. Keep him here till he has given you, all of you, the word that is assigned to you because you are at different levels. आज के फरमान से हमको बहुत अच्छी तरह से एक बात समझ में आई कि एक ही हॉल में कितनी किस्म के लोग आकर बैठते हैं. अब इमाम उन लोगों से बातें कर रहा है, फरमान फरमाता है कि जो सेकंड थर्ड बोल लेने के लिए आए हैं। इमाम उनकी तरफ इशारा करते हुए फरमाते हैं कि ये जो मिशनरी है वो आपको अलहदा ले जाएगा, आपके इस ग्रुप को अलहदा करेगा और आपको वो इसमें आज़म देगा जो मैंने इनको लिख कर दे दिया है, और वो इसमें आज़म आपको समझाएगा। यानी कि there will be a part of the Jamaat which Imam is looking at. Now you can understand how many different people are sitting in that hall. Imam is talking to that third kind by pointing toward the missionary, that I have assigned a bowl, I have written a bowl and I have given to him, and he will take you separately. And that group, the third group, which is successful group, and he will give you that additional bowl, and I have assigned that bowl to him. I have given that bowl to him. So what Mullah would do, Mullah would write down the bowl for those members who have come there by saying we are successful and we need additional Isme Azam. And Mullah recognizes them, and Mullah assigns the missionaries, and Mullah assigns an additional bowl for that portion of the Jamaat. And then missionary will separate them from rest of the group there. If you ever have been to the promotion, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they will separate you, and then that part of the group, they will give another additional Isme Azam which has been given by the Imam Zaman for you, especially for you. So Mullah says, the word that is assigned to you because you are at different level. ये इसमें आज़म खास आपके लिए है, क्योंकि आपका जो दर्जा है वो अलहदा है. मुबारक, and be happy that Mullah have recognized you for such a great level and have assigned additional bowl for you. So Mubarak to you. The Imam placed his hand in front of him, face down, and moved them alternately up and down. So आप समझ गए कि मुल्ला आपको इशारा कर रहे हैं कि आपको मैं देखता हूं, आपको मैं जानता हूं, और मुझे पता है कि आप कौन हैं. Okay. But above all, keep in mind that if you sit and you search, there is no failure. I'm very insistent that you not fear failure. There is no such thing as failure in this. All right? Imam asking, I give each one of you a special blessing for success in your search. खानावदान खानावदान खानावदान. मौला फरमाते हैं कि एक बार दोबारा याद रखें कि इबादत में कोई भी नाकामी जैसी बात नहीं है. So let's stop here, and inshallah we will continue from this point on next week. जी.
सुभान अल्लाह सर, सुभान अल्लाह. Friends, please share your questions in the chat room, or you can unmute your device, or you can use the raise my hand feature. Okay. So we don't have any question in the chat at this time.
Any question about the 3 sets of Jamaat sitting together? Anything from there? Any question for
याली मदद
friends? या अली मदद?
अच्छा, आपने बताया कि इबादत में बैठने से खुशियां होती है, तो जैसा अपन इबादत में बैठे तो अपने दिल में और दिमाग के अंदर खुशियां चालू हो जाती क्या?
हो सकती है और होनी भी चाहिए, और यही इमाम फरमाते हैं कि इबादत अस खुद एक ऐसा अमल है जिससे मोमिन को खुशी होती है, और अगर नहीं भी होती है तो आप फिक्र मत करें, आप अपनी इबादत को जारी रखें, क्योंकि हमने इमाम को वादा किया है कि अगर आप हमें इसमें आज़म देंगे तो हम डिसिप्लिन के साथ रोजाना वक्त से इबादत करेंगे, और यही आपके लिए एक कामयाबी की निशानी है। जी,
इसमें आजम मिलता है अपन को, तो
जी
इसमें आजम को रिपीट करने का और उसका जो मीनिंग होता है, तो उसमें जरा कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि समझो या अली का मतलब बोले या अली करके, तो अपन को उसका मतलब ही मगज में नहीं आता है, तो इसके लिए जरा समझेंगे किस तरह से उसका मतलब अपना दिल और दिमाग में बिठाने का।
मतलब वहां रिपीट नहीं करना होता है, मतलब को सिर्फ समझना होता है। तो आपका जो भी इसमें आज़म है, आप उसको ढूंढ लें कि उस इसमें आज़म के मायने क्या है, और उसको अच्छी तरह से दिमाग में बिठा लें, क्योंकि इबादत के अंदर सिर्फ आपको अपने इसमें आज़म को जापना होता है, लेकिन उसके मानी को पहले समझना होता है। तो आप अपने मानी को समझ लें, यानी कि पहले से ही देख लें कि क्या मानी है, और इसके बाद इसमें आज़म में बैठ जाएं। जी,
माफ करना, मैंने सुल्तान मोहम्मद का शायद फरमान बहुत टाइम पहले सुना था कलाम मुबीन में कि तुम आपको अरबी समझ नहीं पड़े तो तुम गुजराती में बोलो, तो क्या वो मीनिंग अपन गुजराती में बोल सकते हैं?
जी, अगर इसमें आज़म बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन याद करें कि 100 साल पहले जमात पढ़ी लिखी नहीं थी, और उस जमाने से मौला एक लकीर भी दे देते थे नक्श के लिए, यानी कि इतनी जमात अनपढ़ होने की वजह से। लेकिन आज तो हमारे पास, अगर आप ये कंप्यूटर ये फोन यूज कर रहे हैं ये लाइन जॉइन करने के लिए, तो आपको कितनी देर लगेगी वो इसमें आज़म याद करते हुए या उस इसमें आज़म का मतलब ढूंढते हुए। लेकिन फिर भी अगर आपको नहीं आता है तो ठीक है, आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, क्यों नहीं। जी,
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू सो मच।
जी लेला।
Yes, Leila, please go ahead. Leila, do you have any question?
Maybe she is not able to unmute.
Okay. Any other friends have any questions?
There's a question in the chat, I think.
Okay, so I think there's a question in chat. Imam said to sit with an open heart and open soul. What is the difference? How do we sit with an open soul if we don't know our soul?
जी, तो एक कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जो लैंग्वेज में समझाने की होती है, लैंग्वेज में समझाने की होती है। जैसे हम कहते हैं कि अपने दिल को और अपने दिमाग को खुला रखो. How do we keep our heart and mind open? Right? It just means that keep an open mind. And keeping the soul open means keeping your soul ready to intake that happiness, that didar, that nur. Keep your soul in the readiness to receive that blessing. ये इसका मतलब होता है अपनी रूह को खुला रखना. Remember, there are slangs जो हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं किसी बात को समझाने के लिए. जी.
Okay, friends, you can unmute your device if you have any questions. So it looks like no one has any questions.
Okay. We can close this session early today. Aziz Bhai is trying to say something. Aziz Bhai, if you are trying to say something, we cannot hear you.
So I think that's you.
Oh, okay. I can hear myself.
मैं एक सवाल और पूछ सकता हूँ?
जी बेशक.
इमाम का एक फरमान है, ये मैं गुजराती में बोलता हूँ કે તમને છોડવા માટે અમે પોતે કેદખાનામાં આવ્યા છે. તો કભી મુझे સવાલ આते કે તમને કેદખાનામાં નાખવા શા માટે જોઈએ કે તમને કેદખાનામાં આવવું પડ્યું? इसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहते हो?
ओके, बहुत अच्छा सवाल है. दुनिया एक कैद खाना है. दुनिया एक कैद खाना है. याद रखें कि ये एक मिसाल है. ये एक मिसाल है. जैसे हम कभी कभार घर के अंदर बैठते हैं, हम बोलते हैं यार घर में हमको मुंजूर होती है जैसा कि मैं जेल में बंद हूं घर में. तो घर आपका जेल तो नहीं है, लेकिन ये मिसाल आपने दी कि मुझे घर के अंदर मुंजूर होती है, ऐसा लगता है जैसे मैं जेल में आ गया हूं. तो ये एक मिसाल है. यानी कि ये दुनिया के अंदर जैसे जैसे इंसान आए, उसके साथ साथ हिदायत के लिए इमाम भी तशरीफ फरमा हो गए. तो ये एक मिसाल दी मौलाना ने कि देखो आप जिस मकाम पर हो उस मकाम पर भी मैं आकर आपको हिदायत देता हूं. आप ऐसा नहीं समझना कि आप यहाँ पर अकेले हैं. ये बात मौला समझाना चाहता है. जी.
अच्छा, मुझे किसने बताया था इसके बारे में जवाब? उसने मेरे को ऐसा बताया કે આપણે છે ને એક દરિયો હતો, દરિયો બધા. પછી આપણે દરિયાની જેમ મોજા કેમ બહાર આવે એમ આપણે બધા બહાર આવી ગયા. તો ઇમામે જોયું કે આ તો દરિયાની બહાર આવી ગયો છે, હવે શું કરવું? તો પછી એ હિસાબે એને આપણને એ દરિયામાં પાછું લેવા માટે પોતે મીન્સ કે બોડીમાં આવી જાય.
चलो अच्छा एक जोक हो गया. जलाल भाई थैंक यू, आपने थोड़ा हंसाया हमको. ये तो एक जोक हो गया. थैंक यू सो मच. जी लैला, आपका हाथ ऊपर है, प्लीज अनम्यूट करके पूछें.
Aziz bhai, Ali Madad.
या अली मदद.
I didn't catch the beginning. I joined very late, but I heard one comment that you made that or a question that you asked. Do you have anything to say about Mola keeping the three groups together? So, but you did not elaborate on that. So those three groups, what would be the reason for Mola keeping the three groups together?
Okay. So there are two separate ceremonies, one for the first timers and then second for the promotion. Within that promotion group, there are 3 types of muris sitting there. The first one is there for the reason that they have forgotten their Isme Azam. Second one is for the reason that they think that they are not successful in the Isme Azam they had received before, and therefore they need to change it. And the third, who are there for the reason that they feel that they are successful, they have completed their Isme Azam, so now they need additional Isme Azam. So they are there. Now your question, so those who are there for the additional Isme Azam, the third group, Mullah would give them another Isme Azam, additional Isme Azam separately. So then Mullah would say to missionary, take those who feel they are successful, and then Mullah gives them direction that if you are successful, this is your next journey, your next step. And this is your second, additionally, third, additionally, fourth additional bowl. And now this is what you're going to do. Because the dormitory is very customized according to the moment's stages. An example, if you take the example in school, if you are in first grade, you must go to that class. If you are in 10th grade, you must go to the 10th grade. But when we are eating lunch, when we are in the break, we are in the assembly, we are all together in one single place. But then they are divided according to their ranks. Just like that, in the Isme Azam promotion ceremony, the third group is separated because they need more different instructions and additional bowls. That's the reason. Good question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so the third, whoever is attending that ceremony would know who is in the third group.
Right. So missionary, remember Mola pointed to the missionary?
Yes.
And he instructed the missionary by telling the missionary, take those group separately. So your parchi, your card, they will announce after the Mola Papa leaves that those of you who have come over here for promotion because you feel you are successful, please raise your hand or get up and come in this corner, and they will separate you. If the Jamaat Khana is big enough, normally not only they will ask you to rise, separate you, but they will take you outside the room into some other room or outside in the hallway, and they completely separate you. But if it's not such a big Jamaat Khana, they will take you into the one different corner and rest of the Jamaat in the other corner, and now they have two groups. One group have two kind of people who have forgotten or who doesn't think this Isme Azam work for them. They will get the one bowl, and this group will get the additional bowl.
So is there any significance in inferring which group is actually which group belongs to the third? I mean, the individuals who belong to the third group. Like what I'm trying to say is that if we know who those are, so we look up to those people and try and follow their examples or their way of life. Is that one of the reasons you think that Mola did not actually separate them physically right from the beginning?
That's the question. Actually, my understanding, okay, this is just my Garib, humble opinion, that Mullah does want others to say and show that look, amongst you, there are those who think that they are successful. They are thinking positively and they are certain that they are successful in their ibadat, and now they are asking for an additional bowl. So remember that second part in the middle who said we are not successful? That could have been with them. So that is setting a good example for them. I don't think those people sitting there, they are looking in the back and saying, okay, who's in that group? I don't think they are paying their own attention, mind, and they are busy with their own things. They are not looking back to see who those are. But to set up a good example, definitely this is my humble opinion that it is they are all set together, so one can say, look, why am I here in the middle? Look, why am I here on the left who have forgotten this Vyasa? When there are others on the right who have not only received the bowl, but believe they are successful. And I could have been one of them. So set a good example is important, right? A role model. So you are right in your thinking, and this was my garib and humble opinion about them. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. The one point that you made, if we know who they are, we can follow on their footsteps to see how they were successful. So if you or someone would like to do that, then again I will humbly will say, do not approach them directly, because they may become self-conscious about that. But if you see what they are doing, for example, and I think we all do that. When I was very young, not long ago, I still think I'm young, I would look up to those elderlies, especially my teachers. And I was so fortunate that back when I was growing up, we had great, great REC teachers. Not only they would teach us, they will even come into the ibadat and they will encourage you to come to ibadat. Remember, we did not have a ibadat. We were so fortunate in our time that our REC teacher will teach us how to sit in ibadat. They will coach us. They will ask us to come to the morning Jamaat Khana regularly. And guess what? They would be there. They will be there to encourage you. And they themselves came to Ibadat every day. So they were my role model. And I can name some a teacher, my Shirley teacher, my Mumtaz teacher. They were my role model. I don't remember ever going to morning Jamaat Khana and not see them in morning Jamaat Khana. Guess what? I'm almost 60-year old. I still, when I go back home, I see my teachers in morning Jamaat Khana every single day. They are our role models. So if you find a role model like that, just follow them. See what good attribution they have. And that's how you would know. And if you don't want to follow a person, I can recommend one book for you. Pir Pindyate Jawab Mardi is available in Persian, Urdu, English, and maybe some other languages. In that, Imam Mustansib Bilas Farman guides us who are great mu'mineen. Make a good list of good mu'mineen. And you can make a list of good mu'mineen versus not so good mu'mineen. That book has given you two sets of attribution of the mu'mineen, for the good and not so good. Make a list and follow that good mu'mineen list. and inshallah you can cross into them. Ameen. Inshallah, that is my prayer. मेरे ख्याल में ये
Hello,
बहुत अच्छा था, उसको उर्दू में थोड़ा रिपीट करना चाहिए. माफी. Go ahead.
hello, Leila Pirani here.
जी.
You have answered my question, just the previous questioner. Thank you.
You're welcome. थोड़ा इसको उर्दू में रिपीट करना चाहिए. हमारे दोस्त अजीम ने पूछा कि शायद इसलिए मौला इनको अलहदा करते हैं ताकि दूसरी जमात उसको देखे और उनके दिल में ये आए कि देखें कि क्या वजह हुई कि ये तमाम कामयाब हो गए हैं. हमको उनके नक्शे कदम पर चलना चाहिए और हम बहुत ही खुश नसीब थे हमारे ज़माने में कि हमारे जो टीचर्स हैं वो तमाम इबादत गुजार होते थे. ना सिर्फ वो खुद इबादत गुजार होते थे बल्कि वो हमको आरईसी के अंदर इनकरेज भी करते थे, समझाते भी थे, कहते भी थे कि आप सुबह को इबादत करने के लिए ज़रूर जमात करने आओ. हम बहुत छोटे होते थे, हमारे पास इसमें आज़म नहीं होता था और ना ही हमको इबादत की कोई तमीज़ होती थी. लेकिन उससे क्या हुआ कि उन्होंने हमारे अंदर एक इबादत करने की बुनियाद डाल दी, एक अच्छी बुनियाद डाली हमारे अंदर. ना सिर्फ वो हमको कहते थे बल्कि वो खुद भी रोजाना सुबह को जमात खाने में होते थे और आपको देखकर वो खुश होते थे, आपको इनकरेज करते थे, आपको एक्नॉलेज करते थे. अजीब बात है, आज इतने सालों के बाद जब हम अपने घरों को लौटते हैं और सुबह को जमात खाने जाते हैं तो आज भी हम हमारे उन टीचर्स को सुबह को जमात खाने में पाते हैं, इतने सालों के बाद भी. यानी उन्होंने खुद अपने आप को एक रोल मॉडल बनाया और हमें भी उसके ऊपर दौड़नी थी. काश हमारे टीचर्स आज भी हमारे बच्चों को इस तरह से इनकरेज करते हैं और हमारी ये खुशकिस्मती थी कि हमें इतने अच्छे उस्ताद मिले कि जो खुद भी इबादत गुजार थे और हमें भी इसकी तरफ तवज्जो दिलाते थे और उनकी मेहरबानी की वजह से आज हम यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं. ये उनकी मेहनत थी, उनको सलाम करना चाहिए हमें. जी.
Mr. Saib,
जी.
one more thing. You
जी.
know, the people who guide us at the time, so they all would have had the experience, the missionaries who guide us.
That's a tough question. That's a very, very tough question. So
Okay.
it is possible, yes, but not necessary, because remember there are two kind of teachers. One who are bookish knowledge teacher, meaning they read the Farman, they read the books, and they know what is right and what is wrong, so they teach you by the book. And you know who I'm talking about, by the book. That's how they teach you. Then there are others. They don't read the book, but they have the experiences. So they teach you and they guide you and they become role model. But regardless which one, we are thankful to them for giving their time and attention to us. And they become our role model. I can tell you one thing, my sister. Those who are with the experience, when you will see them, their talk, their attribution, their way of walking will be different than the one who does not have experience. Because their way of life changes completely. G.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a hard question.
Okay. Sir ALWAAZ, we have a few questions in the chat.
G.
Can you remember the meaning instead of word? Sometimes I fear I'm pronouncing wrong. Is that failure?
Okay, good question. And we had talked about that. If your pronunciation is incorrect due to language issue, don't worry about it. Just make sure your niyat is clear. Okay? Now, if your pronunciation is in such a way that it changes the meaning of the word, then I would recommend you to write down your Isme Azam, write down your Isme Azam, read 40 times, 100 times, 200 times, and look at that Isme Azam. And remember how this Isme Azam look like. And then just focus on your Isme Azam like that. And then doesn't matter if your pronunciation is correct or not. Because sometimes, because our language is not Arabic, and sometimes those Isme Azam could be very hard Isme Azam. To keep your mind at ease, I wanted to give you this so your mind would be easy. There was one time when Mola Baba came and gave very hard Isme Azam to the Jamaat. So hard, even the missionary that were present there, they did not know how to pronounce. So don't feel bad. If you don't know how to pronounce correctly, you are not alone in this. You hear me? Mullah Baba gave Isme Azam so hard, even missionary had hard time pronouncing it. So don't worry about it. Inshallah, have your niyat pak and pure, have discipline, get up in time, and focus on your ibadat, and everything will be okay. G.
So the next question, how does one know they have been touched by the light?
Oh, you will know. If you are touched by the light, believe me, look at this Imam's Farman. You will have no doubt you are touched by the light. You will know, you will know, you will know. अब ये आप समझ गए ना, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको नूर छुए और आपको पता ना चले, ये मुमकिन नहीं है. तो वहां पर स्टेजेस है, एक जहां पर आपको सिर्फ खुशी होती है, कुछ दिखता नहीं है, कुछ नजर नहीं आता है, लेकिन आपको अंदर अंदर से खुशी होती है. आप समझ जाना कि आपको एक खुशी का एहसास हुआ है क्योंकि उस नूर ने आपको छुआ है. ये बहुत ही पहले यानी कि स्टेजेस की बात है. आस्ते आस्ते वो वाजे हो जाता है, और जब ये वाजे हो जाएगा तो आपके अंदर कोई भी सवाल बाकी नहीं रहेगा. आपको पता होगा कि क्या हुआ है, और वो फिर रोशनी, वो नूर, वो हिदायत, वो खुशी, वो अमन हमेशा आपके साथ रहेगा, और कोई भी डाउट नहीं होगा उसके अंदर. जी.
So next question, can one be eligible to go for promotion if he has not completed or practiced the first bowl?
Okay, so very complicated question. So if the question is that you have received the Isme Azam and you have not forgotten the Isme Azam, but you do not practice the ibadat, then the question would be, what would be the reason for you to go for additional promotion board? So this is what I would recommend, okay? And this is just my Garib humble opinion. I always encourage everyone to go seek Imam's blessing, always. Having said that, if you have received 1 bowl or 2 bowl and have never practiced, then you need to ask yourself a question. What is the reason am I going to the Imam? Because when you go there is a promise takes place between you and the Imam. And the promise is from you to the Imam, Mola Baba, if you give me Isme Azam, I promise you I will, with discipline, punctuality, every day on time, will wake up for the Ibadat. If you have already broken that promise, and not once but twice, what would be the reason for going again? That would be the question. And then once you answer that question, like I said, I always encourage everyone to go as many times as possible. G.
So the question, in past session, you said the light is already given with the bowl. Then what did the Imam mean when he says, if you are successful, you will be touched by the light?
That's a really good question. What Imam is saying, you were able to unopen, you were able to find the nur that you were searching for. Because where are you searching for Isme Azam and the nur? It cannot be outside, right? It's the Betul Khiyal. Betul Khiyal. So Mullah saying, I hope that you are successful in finding the light which you have been given, which I have given to you. And you are successful in finding that light in the Isme Azam. G.
So there are no questions. Yes, Shamim, please go ahead. Shamim, you have any question? You raise your hand.
Yes, I had a question. You get the bowl in a group of people. So I've heard somewhere that they said that the bowl is different per person. But if it's with a group of like, let's say 300, 400,000 people, how is that different unless, people take it in differently?
Okay. So I don't know where you heard that. I don't know where you have heard that. But question should be, is it possible that Imam gives 2 different bowls, 3 different bowls to the one sitting Jamaat in front of him? If that is your question, then yes, it is possible. Imam's Nur is Nur-e Fahal, amazingly, abundantly working Nur. When Imam speak, it is 100% possible that you will hear something other than somebody sitting right next to you, somebody sitting next to you. That you will hear one word and others will hear some other word. If that is your question, it is possible. Yes. G.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Any other comment, question?
Right, so there are no questions in the chat. Okay, so I think we got one question. Is it possible that someone came for promotion, get different bowl in Batin?
Absolutely. There is no limit in batin. Physically, we have a limit. we have to wait for Maula Bapa to come, and then we have to wait for Maula Bapa to agree and accept the Betul Kyal ceremony. In Batin, there is no limit. You have bowl or no bowl. You are successful or not successful. You have promotion bowl or not. There is no limit in Batin, because in Batin you are directly connected with the Noor of the Imam. There is no limit. Absolutely no limit. Ji.
Sir,
Yes, Anila, go ahead.
या अली मदद सर सर एक ये क्वेश्चन है I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it up in the right way, but I'm gonna try to ask my question and you can guide me कि किस तरीके से इसको rephrase कर सकते हैं. जब हम एक लाइट को recognize करते हैं एक बोल से और नूर को पहचानते हैं, तो फिर प्रमोशन में जाने के लिए हम क्या देख लेते हैं? Like if we already get the light, what is the purpose of the promotion? Like इसमें दूसरा क्या like दर्जा होता है या what is different from one light to other light? You know, like
जी, एब्सोल्युटली. एक्चुअली आपकी सोच बिल्कुल दुरुस्त रास्ते पर है. यस, देयर आर स्टेप्स, दर्जात, and not only one, but it can be 7 darjat, it can be 12 darjat. And there are heavens upon heavens upon heavens upon heavens, meaning there are different levels upon different levels upon different levels. Remember this Farman where Imam says, come closer and closer to the Noor of Imam. That shows that when you get to one, Imam saying, no, 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 come more closer. Then you get to the second. Imam said, no, 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 come more closer and more closer and more closer. That shows that there are darjat upon darjat upon darjat. So initially, and I believe there is a recording somewhere that we had talked about Paul, Isme Azam, and the darjat in Isme Azam. So initially, the very first light is just a spark. And that spark gives you happiness, but that does not give you any guidance. It motivates you because you have the light, it motivates you, but there is no guidance in it. What I'm trying to say is, but if you continue on your Ismi Azam, you continue on Ibadat, and then you push through that ceiling of the first Ismi Azam, you will get to the next level, second heaven. The difference between the first heaven and the second heaven is that your Ismi Azam, the light, becomes speaking, walking, guiding Ismi Azam. आपने सुना मैंने क्या बोला?
जी
पहले
सर
सिर्फ वो रोशनी होती है, बस चिंगारी होती है, लेकिन
मगर
अगर
पॉसिबल
आप
है ना
पुश
कि
करके
इसी
दूसरे आसमान पर पहुंचते हैं तो वो रोशनी, वो इसमें आजम आपका बोलने लगता है और वहां पर वो आपको आगे ले जाता है. यानी कि आपका हाथ पकड़कर वो आपको आगे ले जाता है. यानी कि वो आपकी दौरवानी करता है. वो आपका एक जाती फरिश्ता, नूर, गाइड बन जाता है, लेकिन वो दूसरे आसमान पर होता है, पहले आसमान पर नहीं. जी.
तो सर ये जो एक इसमें आज़म मिलता है, अगर वो जैसे आपने बोला कि बिगनिंग में एक खुशी मिलती है, फिर इसके बाद نیکسٹ لیول پہ جاتا ہے. تو یہی ایک ہی جب تک ہم کو فزیکلی یا باطن طور پہ دوسرا اسم اعظم نہیں ملتا تو یہی والا اسم اعظم اگر ہم بالکل صحیح طریقے سے پریکٹس کرتے ہیں تو یہ بھی تو ہم کو گائیڈ کر سکتا ہے. رائٹ؟
بالکل. تو
اوکے.
سیکنڈ اسم اعظم کے لیے ہم کیوں چاہتے ہیں؟
جب ہم کو لائٹ یا ہم کو فلفلمنٹ نہیں ملتی ہے اس والے میں.
نو، دیٹس ناٹ ٹرو. آپ پہلی مرتبہ آئے ہیں اس کلاس میں؟
نہیں سر.
اچھا، ناچیز نے کم از کم 100 مرتبہ ضرور سمجھایا ہوگا کہ پروموشن کے لیے ہم اس لیے چاہتے ہیں تاکہ ہم امام سے دعا آشیش حاصل کر سکے آگے بڑھنے کے لیے. ہو سکتا ہے کہ مولا ہم کو دوبارہ وہی اسم اعظم دے دے جو ہم کو پہلے دیا تھا. ہم وہاں پر اس لیے نہیں جاتے ہیں کہ مولا ہم کو دوسرا اسم اعظم دیں گا. ہم اس لیے جاتے ہیں کہ مولا کی دعا آشیش کو حاصل کر سکے. اس لیے ہم جاتے ہیں پروموشن میں. ایک مرتبہ نہیں، 5 مرتبہ جانا چاہیے. 5 مرتبہ نہیں، 10 مرتبہ جانا چاہیے. بلکہ جبھی بھی مولا آئے جانا چاہیے تاکہ ہمیں اور دعا آشیش ملے، اور دعا آشیش ملے، اور دعا آشیش ملے، تاکہ ہمارا راستہ آسان اور صاف ہو جائے آگے بڑھنے کے لیے. ہمارے لیے آسانی پیدا ہوتی ہے جب ہم 1 ٹائم 2 ٹائم 3 ٹائم 4 ٹائم 5 ٹائم جاتے ہیں. وہ آسانی پیدا کرتی ہے ہمارے لیے. لیکن یہ سمجھ بہت ہی کم جماعت کے پاس ہے، اس لیے ہم چاہتے ہیں. جی
سر تو یہ بلیسنگز جو ہے جو آپ بول رہے ہیں وہ ہم کو باطن میں بھی مل سکتی ہے نا؟
بالکل، وہ تو ہمیشہ مل سکتی ہے.
جی
وہ تو ہمیشہ مل سکتی ہے. بلکہ
شکریہ.
آپ کو پہلے اسم اعظم کے لیے بھی پھر جانے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے، کیونکہ وہ باطن میں بھی مل سکتا ہے پہلا اسم اعظم. رائٹ؟ لیکن چونکہ ہم جسمانی طور پر اس دنیا میں رہتے ہیں اور جسمانی طور پر امام محنت کر کے ہمارے پاس آتے ہیں، تو میں نے کسی سیشن میں یہ ایگزامپل دی تھی کہ امام جب تشریف فرما ہوتے ہیں اور فرماتے ہیں کہ میں آؤں گا اور بیت الخیال کا کام کروں گا. امام ہمارا روحانی باپ اتنی محنت کر کے آتا ہے تو کتنی بڑی ناشکر گزاری ہوگی کہ ہم اپنے روحانی باپ کو اگنور کریں اور بولے کہ نہیں، میرے کو آنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے، میرے کو جو کرنا ہے کر، میرے کو آنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے. That shows our proudness in oneself کہ میں اپنے آپ میں sufficient ہوں تو میرے کو تیری ضرورت نہیں ہے. To show our humbleness, عاجزی، humility, nothingness. ہم کیا بولتے ہیں؟ مولا ہم تو غریب اور ناچیز ہے، تو جب آ گیا اپنے نور کی بارش کرنے کے لیے تو میں اپنی جولی پھیلا کر تیرے حضور میں آ جاؤں گا یہ بھیک لینے کے لیے. یہ کہتے ہوئے ہم جاتے ہیں ادھر. یہ سمجھ ہونی چاہیے ہمارے اندر، اور یہ بہت ہی ضروری سمجھ ہے. اس سمجھ کے بغیر ہم اپنا بہت بڑا نقصان کرتے ہیں. بلکہ ہم یہ کہتے ہیں کہ ہم اپنے آپ کے اندر سفیشینٹ ہیں، اور یہ ایک مومن کی نشانی نہیں ہوتی ہے. جی I see another hand raised.
I think it's the same. Shamim, you have another question to ask? She must have raised it accidentally.
Ji Shamim, I think she's trying to say something.
میں نے یہ بات سچ ہے کہ ہمیں جو اسم اعظم دیا جاتا ہے وہ ہمارے روح کے لیول کے حساب سے ہوتا ہے.
ہاں یہ ہم کہہ سکتے ہیں شمیم. آپ دیکھیں کہ مولا تو ہم کو جانتا ہے، لیکن یاد رکھیں کہ ہمارے ساتھ 1000 2000 5000 اور بھی لوگ بیٹھے ہوتے ہیں جو سب ایک لیول کے نہیں ہوتے ہیں. رائٹ؟ تو اسم اعظم دینے کا مقصد ہی یہ ہوتا ہے کہ ہم تمام کو बुलंद दर्जात पर ले जाया जाए तमाम को। तो हम कह सकते हैं कि उसमें जो सबसे ऊपर के दर्जे वाला मोमिन बैठा होता है, मौला शायद उसको देखकर तमाम को नवाज देता है। एक मोमिन की वजह से तमाम को बख्शिश मिलती है आला इसमें आजम की, ये हम कह सकते हैं। जी yeah, you're welcome.
Shamim, do you still have a question to ask? Okay, if she's not, sir, I think we have a question in the chat. When we sit in the bandagi and while reciting the bowl, it changes into some other ism azam automatically, but the meaning is the same for that ism too. So what one should do?
If it automatically changes, then Mola is trying to tell you something. If it's automatically changing. So I would do two things, and I believe we have talked about this before. First, I would say practice your Isme Azam during the daytime abundantly. And then when you sit at night time, and if it still changes, then accept that as your sign from the Imam Zaman in your batin. That is a sign in yourself. Don't fight it, let it change. Ji.
Okay, I think so. We can take one last question. Farida, please go ahead.
याली मदर,
याली मदद।
अजीज भाई, आज अभी आपने बताया कि हमको जाना चाहिए, हाजिर इमाम जब भी आते हमको जाना चाहिए, लेकिन हमारी तो भी, मेरी तो भी 60 की एज हुई, उस वक्त मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम डायमंड जुबली के टाइम पे बोल मिला, तो हमारी तो लाइफ तो बहुत छोटी है। मौला बापा कभी आएंगे, कभी हमको दूसरे जहाँ के लिए हम जाएंगे?
अभी आएंगे, क्यों नहीं आएंगे? आप दुआ करें, अभी अभी आएंगे मौला बापा।
ओ आमीन आमीन, शुक्र मौला, शुक्र, थैंक यू।
आमीन आमीन।
और अभी आपने एक इंग्लिश में जवाब दिया, उसको उर्दू में समझाएंगे आप? किसी लेडी का सवाल था।
जी जी,
प्लीज, थैंक
तो
यू।
हमारी बहन पूछ रही थी कि क्या ये मुमकिन है कि हर एक जो मौला इसमें आजम देते हैं वो हमारे लेवल, हमारी रूह के लेवल के हिसाब से देते हैं? तो नाचीज ने कहा हाँ, ये मुमकिन है, लेकिन फिर हमको ये भी याद रखना चाहिए कि एक ही हॉल में 1000, 2000, 5000 लोग बैठे होते हैं, कभी कभार ज्यादा। तो मौला उस एक रूह को देखता है जो सबसे ऊपर होती है, और उसके हिसाब से तमाम जमात को नवाज देता है। उस एक आला रूह के तोफेल से सबको नवाजता है, और एक ऐसा इसमें आजम देता है कि उस आला रूह को भी फायदा हो और बाकी जितने भी हमारे जैसे गरीब और नाचीज बैठे हैं उनको भी फायदा हो। तो ये सवाल था उनका। जी,
थैंक यू अजीज भाई, थैंक यू सो मच।
यू वेलकम। जी कामरे साहब।
There are no questions in the chat. Well, I think just one friend asking how many bowl are there in total. Is there a defined number?
I would say there is no defined number, but if you look at the 99 names of Allah, then you can say there are 99 Ismi Azam, but no, there is no defined number. Mullah can give you whatever Ismi Azam he wish, as he is the living Ismi Azam himself. Our Ismi Azam could be Kareem, Rahim, Rahman, any of those, whatever he wish. That is up to the Imam Zaman. So there cannot be limit.
सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन था
जी,
अभी आपने इंग्लिश में बताया ना कि दिन में भी इबादत करनी चाहिए, वो किस तरह से आपने बताया सर, कितनी दफा?
जी, इसमें आजम की जो प्रैक्टिस है ना वो दिन में होती है, रात को तो इम्तिहान का वक्त है ना। अगर आप दिन में प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे तो आपका इसमें आजम ऑटोमेटिक कैसे होगा? जैसा कि देखें, हम जब हमारा स्कूल में इम्तिहान होते थे तो हम इम्तिहान के टेबल पर बैठकर होमवर्क करते थे कि घर में बैठ के होमवर्क करते थे? इम्तिहान की प्रैक्टिस कहाँ करते थे हम? इम्तिहान की प्रैक्टिस हम घर में बैठकर दिन में करते थे, रात को करते थे, फिर हम इम्तिहान के टेबल पर आकर बैठते थे। इबादत वो इम्तिहान का टेबल है, वहां बैठ के प्रैक्टिस नहीं करनी होती है, प्रैक्टिस तो पहले करके आनी होती है। तो इसमें आजम को इतना झांपे दिन के वक्त में कि रात को जब आप बैठे ना, बस वो खुद ब खुद चलने लगे। ये होती है इबादत की समझ, इसमें आजम की प्रैक्टिस। अगर आपने दिन में नहीं प्रैक्टिस की है तो रात को बहुत मुश्किल होगी। जी
शुक्र मौला, थैंक यू सर।
सर एक लास्ट सवाल का इजाजत है मुझे?
जी बेशक है।
ओके सर, जिसने इसमें आजम लिया, याली बापा उसको उस वक्त नूर दिया अपने ईयर से, and that's how it's inside us and we are searching for it. जिसने नहीं लिया उनका इंस्पिरेशन क्या रहेगा, क्योंकि उनके पास तो वो नूर नहीं है सर्च करने के लिए।
जी आप पिछले हफ्ते इस क्लास में थे, लास्ट सैटरडे
मेरा मिस हो गया था लास्ट वीक का।
ओके, लास्ट सैटरडे का रिकॉर्डिंग जरूर सुन लेना। नाचीज ने इस सवाल का जवाब पिछले हफ्ते दिया और यहाँ पर दोबारा देता हूँ। इमाम हमारा इतना मेहरबान है कि हम उसका अंदाजा नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो इमाम ने गोल्डन जुबली में क्या किया कि वो लोग जो थोड़ी सुस्ती कर रहे थे इबादत में, बैतुल ख्याल में इसमें आजम लेने के लिए, तो इमाम ने लोगों को बताए बिगर 3 इसमें आजम पूरी जमात को दे दिए एक साथ, कुल्लम खुल्ला। और वो क्या थे? या अल्लाह, या मोहम्मद, या अली। अब हर एक के पास 3 इसमें आजम पहले से ही मौजूद है। तो वो लोग जो बैतुल ख्याल में बोलने नहीं गए हैं उसके लिए ये 3 इसमें आजम है जो वो पढ़ सकते हैं। और चूंकि ये इमाम ने इनायत किए हैं तो ये एक मोमिन के लिए इसमें आजम का दर्जा रखते हैं। अगर वो यकीन करता है तो, ईमान रखता है इस पर, तो वो उसके लिए इसमें आजम का दर्जा रखता है। इतना मेहरबान है मेरा मौला। जी यानी कि मौला तो नूर लुटाने के ऊपर बैठा हुआ है, वो तो लुटाना चाहता है। जो लूटना चाहे लूट ले, जो लेना चाहे ले ले, और जो ना लेना चाहे छोड़ दे इसको।
या अली
जी
मदद,
या अली मदद।
otherwise just one comment and then one clarification. I heard you mentioned in a large Jamaat, when Mullah is giving the ball and there's different level people, they'll get the different balls. So to me, that 1,000 people sitting and then different people hearing different balls at their level, I consider that as the greatest miracle of our time. Would I be right?
Absolutely. So
And then,
normally, Iqbal, right?
yes, yes.
Normally, amongst them, there are always one. Always, I would say every single time. With very confidence, I'm saying every single time. There is one amongst that group who hear a different Ismi Azam than all the rest. Why? So he become witness to the miracle of the Imam.
Thank you.
He becomes
Then,
witness to
then to carry on my thought, that I'm here from Toronto, and I remember I took the ball last time while I was here, and they clearly announced that, you know what do you call, if you don't have a ball, then you can now go and get a ball. So my understanding was, if you get a ball, then you keep on practicing, and then you will know, as you keep on saying, when you need the next promotion, or you need to go again to receive the next level of the ball. But from my understanding, from what I'm hearing from you, he says you keep on, every time Mullah is here, keep on going and sit down in that hall where he's giving the ball. Every time Mullah is here, and that's what confuses me, because I thought they give clear indication, if you already have a ball, keep on practicing. You don't have to go again.
Okay. So this Farman book, which is we are reading from, couple of Farmans above this Farman, Mullah says, I am here, and I'm paraphrasing, okay? I'm here today. I'm giving you an Isme Azam. When I come back, and if you come back, look at the condition, and if you come back, I will give you another bowl. In Karachi, 2000, Mullah said these words, and I'm paraphrasing again. There Mullah Baba says, I'm here, I'm giving you an Isme Azam, and Imam did not use word if. Mullah says, when I come back, and if you come back, I'll give you another bowl. You know what Mullah says after that? Yet, when I come back again, and then if you come back again, I will give you another bowl, and Mullah repeat 4 times. And then when I come back, and if you come back, I'll give you yet another bowl. 4 times, repeated.
So intellectually, plain English, I hear it, and makes sense to me. But still, I'm thinking, if he's given you a ball once, and if you haven't practiced it diligently, or keep on practicing until to the next level that you reach, then maybe you go again. But
Now,
I can't
let me
I
explain,
can't
my
put the
brother.
English is very very simple, and I understand it intellectually. I mean, I can't argue that. So it's just a
Now,
feeling.
let me explain. One more thing, Mr. Iqbal, right? One more
Yes.
thing. Um, it is not about the Ismail Azam, okay? It's all about receiving his blessing. So when Mola Baba comes, and Mola Baba clearly saying, come, like I was explaining to my sister just a little while ago, when Imam comes and say, hey, I'm here, and I'm openly wants to give you Isme Azam. And you say, no, thank you, Mala Baba. I already have one. I don't need it. What that shows, maybe not intentionally, it shows that what you are saying, I'm sufficient in what I have been given. So thank you, Mala Baba. I don't need it. When a moment is never sufficient, is always hungry and garib, poor, always with his hand raised, looking for more and more blessing, more and more blessing. So to show your humility, to show Mola Baba, I'm so poor, can you shower more blessing on me? Can you give me more rewards? Each Ismi Azam is reward. Can you give me more reward? Can you give me even more reward? And more reward. And one time I have said, why one time? Why even 5 times? If you are fortunate, let's say you are starting when you are 18, 21-year old, and you live to be 100, and Mola Baba comes 10 times in your lifetime. Go every single time. Mola is want to bless you. Why would you not take his blessing? Gee,
So
that is the reason.
I hear you, but you see, this is again, maybe there's a misconception. We when we were young, I didn't go. I remember a previous occasion when Mola invited for ball, but we didn't go because we thought we were not ready and we haven't practiced and we are afraid if we go and we don't practice, because not able to practice for whatever reason, then we will be doing Naframani, and it's even worse. It's better to just go to Khane and say Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, than to get his ball and not practice.
So,
Did I make sense?
yes, that is really incorrect, ill concept, misunderstanding. I do not agree with that. So
No,
let
okay.
me explain, and I'll give you a live example, not other but my own brother. Okay, when my brother was close to 35, 30 something. Okay, Molapa came. Molapa wanted to give Betul Khial Isme Azam, and we all went. We were not that educated. We did not have a good role models. We did not have a good teachers. So we went and in the Jamaat Khana trying to register for Isme Azam. I was only 21 or so year old. My brother was in 30s. And missionary Sahib told us, and we believed him, that he asked, do we practice regularly? We said no, but if we receive the Isme Azam, then we will try and practice regularly. He advised us, ill advice, wrong advice, that if you have not practiced regularly, then don't take the Isme Azam. We believed him, my bad, my mistake. We believed him. He did not advise us correctly. It took 35 years for Mola Papa to come back. What a great loss. 35 years. Now he is 60. His back hurts. He cannot even sit straight. How is he going to do the ibadat? What a great loss. So about 5 years down the road, when he was 40, he wanted to do ibadat so bad. And he did. Not that he did not do ibadat. He did. But he kicked himself in the back every single day for not taking this Isme. So my advice, and I made my lifetime goal. This is my lifetime goal. As long as I live, I will encourage every single murid of the Imam Zaman. Take this Isme as soon as possible. Believe in Imam, he will give you the courage and the strength to come and sit in Ibadat. It is not you, it is him who will give you the strength. So believe in him, not in yourself. Believe in him. He will give you that strength. And I would say, and my brother will tell you, when he was ready, Imam did not come back for 35 years. And then when Imam came just recently, he was in 65, and he kicked himself every single day. When he was ready, he did not have Isme Azam. So I made my lifetime goal, and I've been doing this for a long time. I remember during the gold diamond jubilee 3 years, 4 years ago, almost 5 years now. Time passes so fast. I can tell you one other story. I just met this girl yesterday, last night. She was crying in the Jamaat Khana, in Plano Jamaat Khana, here in Texas. And I asked her, I said, what happened to you? She said, I went into the hall and missionary Sahib was giving the advice that if you are not practicing, then don't go for Isme Azam. She said, I'm afraid that I am 40-year-old. What about Mola Papa does not come back for another 30 years? I'll be 70, and who knows, I may not even be living anymore. I have a young child. I know I can do ibadat. I will get up every morning. I'll try to get up every morning. I may not be able to come to Jamaat Khana, but I can still want to receive the Isme Azam. But I was discouraged from taking the Isme Azam because I have a young child. So she was crying and she was feeling bad. And so I told her, I said, do you trust me? If you have come to me, why? She said, because you are my teacher. So I have come to you. I said, this is my humble advice to you. Take this miasm, have a niyat, intention to wake up every morning and do some ibadat. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can do. Take this miasm. Take this miasm. And then when your child is 4, 5, 6 year old, bring that child to the Jamaat Khana too. So he also get a habit of ibadat, and you have this miasm now, so you can continue your ibadat. I met her after almost 5 years last night, and she told me, said, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much that if I had not taken this miasm, and within a year or two, I was ready. Mullah had given me so much courage to bring my child to Jamaat, even though he was 2 year old. Now I'm going daily, regularly. I'm doing my ibadat, I'm taking my child also. So when he grow up, he will grow up in that environment where the mother and father are going for his ibadat. You see, I have a different view. I have a completely different view of how our tariqa is a tariqa of logic and intellect. We must apply the logic and intellect. We must. So that is my Garib opinion, if you would like to take it.
And thank you very much. I really appreciate. So next time, inshallah, in my lifetime, if a Mullah comes and he again is giving his blessing to give what you call a ball, Ismi Azam, regardless of what the missionaries here in our city tell us, I should just go and sit and whatever happens.
Because that is the Farman of Islam, not because I said it. Imam have said it. When I come, and if you come, I will give you Islam.
Yeah.
Remember, we
and
listen to the Imam as the man. That's
yeah.
his Farman.
But this is the first time I'm understanding the way you're explaining that my intellect says me it won't be wrong if I go, because all this time I thought if I have it once, just practice it until you reach a level and you will get signs to go for the next. But as you say, Mola doesn't come every time, so don't miss that opportunity.
Don't
And
miss it.
thank you again. Just want to reiterate, I got a nugget from you today that we should be practicing our Ismi Azam 24 hours daytime, and then the exam time comes, just to go sit and then that 4 to 5 is your exam time. That's when miracle can happen. But all 23 hours keep on practicing.
Absolutely.
This is the first time I'm
Yeah.
hearing that, so thank you very much. And it made sense to me.
Yes, and I have a totally different view on our tariqah, and I have a totally different view on how ibadat and Ismi Azam works. And it is all due to Imam's mercy, because I always believed that we should pay special attention to Imam's farman and see what Imam is saying, how is he guiding the Jamaat, and believe and trust in Imam and Imam only. He will guide you. He will guide you. So
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. This was a great discussion. I truly appreciate it.
Sir, एक last question.
जी
यानी
जी
मदद सर,
फरीदा
सॉरी
जी
सर, मेरी आपने जो भी एग्जांपल दिया ना, तो मेरी लाइफ का भी वो ही एग्जांपल है कि मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम चांस मिला बैतुल ख्याल में, जब मौला हमारे सामने आके हमको बोल दे रहे। मुझे लाइफ में अभी तक कहीं पे भी मौका नहीं मिला था, न पाकिस्तान में न इंडिया में, जब अमेरिका में इधर में इतने सालों से थी, तो अभी फर्स्ट टाइम मौला आए। और मुझे तो आप जो कहते हो बिल्कुल सही बात है कि जब भी मौला आए तो हमको जाना चाहिए। और शुक्र मौला कि आपने इतना हमको एक्सप्लेन किया है। थैंक यू सो
शुक्र
मच,
मौला,
थैंक यू सो
शुक्र है। ये मौला की मेहरबानी है हम तमाम पर, आप पर भी और मेरे पर भी, कि मौला ने हमको इस काम के लिए मुकर्रर किया कि हम जमात को अच्छी तरह से गाइड कर सकें, समझ के साथ, लॉजिक के साथ, इंटेलेक्ट के साथ, फरमान के साथ। बस यही हमारा मिशन है कि हम जमात को अच्छी तरह से गाइड कर सकें। Thank you so much, everyone. Inshallah, we will meet this afternoon again. We have another session with our London Jamaat at 1:30 Texas time, 2:30 Eastern time. Inshallah, we will see you there. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Yani Madad.
Thank you,
Yali Madad,
Yali
sir.
Madad.
Yeah, Ali
Yali
Madad.
Madad.
Thank you very
Yali
much.
Madad.
Yali
Yeah,
Madad.
Madad.
Sir.
Yali Madad.